Hey guys, I'm only gonna do one chapter today probably, but there is a lot of side story stuff to get through, so we'll see if this works out.
Our soldiers' morale
Also, it's over
plummet
90
if you keep
degrees.
looking
I'm
so surly.
sweating in here.
I hear even training couldn't stop your thoughts from wandering elsewhere.
My apologies. My mind is filled with nothing but worry over Princess Cordelia.
All the brooding in the world won't make her recover faster. But tell me, what cause have you to be so concerned for Her Majesty?
Hey, they're BFFs now.
She and I are not so different.
What do you mean?
After I was orphaned in the war, there were times when life looked so bleak. I thought I would die. But every time I reached my limits, I pushed right through them. Then this war broke out, and as things happened, I came to meet Her Majesty. Seeing her unwavering strength in the face of losing her family, her kingdom, I couldn't help but be reminded of who I once was.
Alright, this is the whole, hey, we're not so different.
I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration.
Oh, okay. Well, we already
I
saw
was willing
this
to
scene.
show you that
You took a gamble.
I had to.
However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General of...
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. For my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General of Laura.
I am not made to rule, but Princess Cordelia is. Staring my death in the face. The only thought I had was that I must return to her side, that I had to survive, for her sake. That single-minded determination is the only reason I made it here.
Be that as it may, you tried to destroy Glenbrook. I don't care if Lord Serenoa pardoned you. You killed my friends, my companions.
We were at war, and you were the enemy. It is simply the way of things.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Then what would you have me do?
You're...
Ugh.
See? The people are the same.
I do not expect forgiveness for what I've done, but I would do what I can to atone.
If you're serious about helping then don't look to me for answers.
Ask the people.
Do they have their own epilogues like Fire Emblem? I wonder. Damn, each of these is 4 minutes? Yo. Wait, what? Oh, wow. Us getting that conviction unlocks something else, so it's even longer.
Might I sit here for a bit?
If you don't mind the company of this old maid, you're more than welcome. Well now, shall we have ourselves a little chat to pass the time?
By all means. I would like nothing more than to hear of your exploits in the Salt Iron War. I have read much of your surpassing prowess on the battlefield, but would be honored to learn more in your own words.
Oh, child. That was so many, many years ago. How many enemies did I fell on the battlefield? I long since lost count. They say my very name was feared throughout the land. You and others may call them exploits. The truth is, I was nothing more than a skilled dealer of death.
You sound as if you regret it.
Against fellow soldiers and warriors like myself? No, that is simply the way of war.
Well,
But my acts
both of them
also
just
brought
go.
suffering
Both
to
of the
those who did
Frosty
not
guys just
deserve
go.
it.
Well, that's
The
just how
Roselle,
things
for
are.
example.
The Roselle?
I was leading a siege on the citadel of the Sands in Hyzant, not far from the source. The Hyzantian commander was a worthy foe. The battle drew on, and we were losing men and resources with little to show for it. Seeking to end the battle quickly, I chose to raise the fort with wildfire, and so it fell. All too late did I learn that its jails were filled with Roselle, captured slaves.
But you did not know they were there. You can hardly blame yourself for their
I don't know
fate.
about that. Read Ender's Game.
Do you think the
Just 'cause
Roselle
you
who
didn't know.
roasted to death would say the same? What of their families?
You cannot forgive yourself for this, even...
And why should I? Because my countrymen sing of me as a hero? To this day, visions of charred bodies lying in the rubble haunt me. Lumps of burnt flesh that were once men and women who wished only for their freedom. At first, I tried to forget, but the weight of my sins was too heavy to bear.
I mean,
And
all
so
this
I
hinges on you
abandoned
having a
everything
conscience,
and
right?
left my home behind.
A less,
Fortunately, I had already trained a protege to follow in my place.
And ever
Might have been
since
better
then,
if you didn't
you've
train her,
wandered
actually.
the realm alone?
Yes, but no matter how far I traveled, I could not escape my regrets. And now, Norzelia finds itself embroiled in another bloody struggle. The horrors of the past come anew. If fighting is all I am good for, then the least I can do is fight for peace. It may not atone for the death and suffering I have wrought, but at least it may save others from the same fate.
It was not my intention to make you relive such painful memories.
Worry not, lass. But this old maid's rambled on long enough.
I wonder if Archibald, like, finds out that, his crush is here. Alright, so there was 6. What did that unlock? Oh, okay, no, there's a... Okay, so there are multiple parts. We got Avlora's, like...
Thank you for joining me in my training, Sir Flanagan. I've learned
Yo,
much
Hawk
from you.
battle? Let's go.
In truth, I'm grateful for any training at all. There are few of us Hawk Riders in Glenbrook.
Oh, that's right, he's as Frosty, actually.
And let me thank you in turn for a chance to shake the rust from my bones. Seems my mount was keen to face such a worthy opponent as well.
'Twould seem they are Hawks of a... Speaking of which, Sir Flanagan, I understand your regiment of riders was the Duchy's finest, yet you chose to leave your homeland behind. Why?
I grew to see how powerless I was. I once believed the freedom Gustadolf espoused would bring prosperity to Esfrost. So I fought, and fought, and fought for the cause until my shield was stained blood red.
Hence your title, yes. To think how many lives you must have saved.
Do not mock me. I saved. Pride swelled my breast with every mention of that cursed title. But in a year's time, what did I return home to find? My poor wife, wasting away in solitude in the throes of an accursed plague.
Your wife.
She mentioned in letters that she felt unwell, but never did I expect it to be so grave. In a matter of days, every moment I spent protecting the people, and I left her to die.
Sir Flanagan.
Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you with my woes. But you see
Alright,
that.
big angst.
It is a tragedy, yes. And you mustn't believe so either.
Might just do this as an intermission. I don't know.
That you would return to us hale and whole. 'Tis a much-needed fortune in these trying times.
With luck, soon my return will not be the only cause for celebration. I'm glad to see
I might
you
just keep it
unharmed,
on very
Hewett.
easy, just to
I
get
would
through
choose none
the
but
rest of
you
these
to
chapters.
stand by Prince Roland's side in my absence.
Thank you. However, I am afraid I have far to go before I can measure up to your legend. A legend that seems to have begun a new chapter, now that you have doffed that mask of yours. Forgive me for prying, but I must ask.
Yeah, why were you
Why did
Char
you
as
wear
Noble
this?
for so long?
Truth be told, I have not thought upon those reasons for some time. When I served Glenbrook as its Master of Swords, I did not wear it.
You were Master of Swords? The Dawn Spear?
Indeed. My star was rising, and I was tasked with investigating
Like a
a group of
Watchman thing?
nobles who were dealing in stolen works of art. A simple assignment, or so I thought. I was yet young and unaware of the pettiness of those who consider themselves to be our betters. I apprehended several of the criminals.
Okay,
In
retribution.
shadows, they harbored their grudges until they
Oh,
exacted
damn.
their revenge.
Man, we really
But the life they
fridging,
took was
we're
not
really
mine.
fridging girlfriends here.
It was my love's, the woman.
What?
The villain was eventually brought to justice, but no sentence could bring back what had been stolen from me. Had I only been more thorough, and not been so naive.
Sir Maxwell.
That's
Nay,
always the one here.
my
Hey, it's not your
inexperience
fault,
sowed
man.
the seeds, and I will reap their bitter fruit until the day I die. I swore I would never again allow someone I loved to come to harm. To ensure, I gave up my title
so
as
he
Master
did,
of Swords, hid my true face
Time
behind
to
a mask.
Batman it up.
I spoke only with my spear.
And you were reborn as Glenbrook's fiercest warrior. Forgive me.
No, I should thank you. There are... House Wolfort has seen its share of misfortunes. I was brought back from the brink of death to fight by your side. I may owe fate for my return, but I shall fight tooth and nail before it takes aught from me again. At least, such are the things I tell myself in my quiet moments. I only pray the words can give me strength when it matters most.
They will. No doubt you are stronger now than you have ever been.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on. Oh man, these numbers are really not going down. Well, we'll get through as many of them as I can. I actually don't have too much time today. Yo, Hewett features pretty prominently.
Yeah.
Why does the bird need to be here if you're if you're practicing this?
At it again, eh? You know, even the Dawn Spear set down his weapon on occasion.
We are at war. I cannot hope to...
Spoken like a true
We were not serious enough. Where is the king we were meant to protect now? What will become of his kingdom? King Regna and Crown Prince Franny are no more. Only Roland and Cordelia remain. When I think of how lonely my charge must feel, I almost feel smothered.
If he's lonely, he hides it well. Could be that losing his princely obligations has lifted a weight off his shoulders.
And who are you to speak on his feelings? His father ever doted on Franny. He knew precious few moments of his mother's love before she passed. Even so, he tried his utmost to never show weakness in front of his sister. He was there for her in the worst of times. There was never a place near the throne for him. Truth be told, Sir Maxwell was more of a father to him than anyone. I'd like to think I have been more than his guard. Oftentimes, I felt like his
You shipping?
confidant.
You and Flugy are constant...
As I said before, my prince, he is more than my companion. He is the truest friend I could ask for.
A true friend. I must admit, I envy your relationship.
My prince,
'tis nothing to apologize for. I simply find the idea of soaring the skies with a true friend to be somewhat romantic.
You could do the same with the proper training.
You would?
I can promise no such thing. You must...
Okay, so he tried, but what happened? Why is he riding a horse instead of a bird?
War broke out
Oh,
soon
okay,
after
just
that.
didn't have time.
So I will train. I will fight. Until the skies are no longer clouded by the fires of war. Only then can I rest. Only then can we fly free. Perhaps then.
What was that?
Hold up.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of shipping here.
Nothing at all. Yes, it's back to training for me.
Definitely some shipping. Yeah. Go on AO3. Time to do some pairings. Oh. What's up with Milo? Wait, what? Is Milo a bird rider too? Or they just didn't want to make a...
I thought I told you not to sneak up behind me like that.
Or they just didn't want to make a model for a smaller bird, maybe.
It's been some time since a bird came from Hyzant, hasn't it?
So you were spying on me. Did Wolfort order this?
No. Lord Serenoa is not the type to have his people surveilled. But as his retainer, I would be remiss not to keep an eye out for those who might intend him harm.
I suppose there's no fooling you. Yes, I am Hyzant's spy.
Oh, I guess you were supposed to
We
get
would
this
gain
in
nothing
between
by
before?
doing either. A plant may be poisonous or medicinal.
Okay, now
after
this is
all.
just part 2 of her thing. Because they
Depending
did
on
talk
how we
about
use
plants
you could still
in
serve
Milo's
House
previous
Wolfort.
thing.
I am a human being. Do not liken me to a mere object.
Even tools have feelings. You said it yourself, no?
So you
should understand this by now, Milo. Lord Serenoa would never use you, or any of us,
Yep.
as mere
Flashback
tools.
to Zabuza and Haku.
Indeed, he is too trusting. He would be easy to poison had I a mind to do so.
Grant peaceful sleep to the wounded beast. What is the meaning of this?
Should House Wolfort rise in opposition to Hyzant, Serenoa is to be killed. It's a coded message. I only just received it. My master sees me as nothing but a tool. Now that my identity has been found out, my life is as good as forfeit. My master disposes of
Okay,
tools.
so it's like
once
self-interest
they are no
too that
longer
she
useful to him, you
leaves
see.
Hyzant and joins you.
But he cannot dispose of me if I dispose of him first.
Then you will aid us.
No. I will use you. I may be a tool, but I have my pride. I came here seeking power
We
that I might
virtually.
protect
Okay,
myself.
never mind.
To avoid being disposed of, I needed to align myself with a strong house.
You're a tough one, aren't you?
As tough as a weed, and poisonous too.
How many more? 4 more? Okay, 3 more. Let's just get through it. Oh, this might be Laura's final one.
This place is in shambles. It will not be easy passing through here each time.
Neither is it easy for me to look upon the face of
We
the
just
woman
sniping at each other. Alright gotta save the.
What's all this? Look!
Oh, alright. Just.
We have to hurry.
We're doing the
We'll still be
FF6
crushed.
salmon thing where she just holds the house up. Alright, yeah, sure.
You. What? You ruined our lives.
Get out of my sight before I make you regret the day you were
Dude, she
born.
like. She's like the juggernaut.
Yeah. You.
I know I was the enemy of Glen.
Oh, alright. Time for some
I don't care how
some humble words.
No.
Alright, yeah. You have a little kid stick up for you.
You're welcome.
We aren't like.
Nor do I. Not. And fighting to build a.
You want them to have a future?
It would seem that people have spoken. Nothing you do will erase the horrors you've committed in the past. But seeing you today, I do believe you mean better for the future.
I do. This I swear on the name of Princess Cordelia and the royal family of Glenbrook. I vow that I shall protect this kingdom's people with my life.
Alright. Let's see. Oh hey, what's up with Careful Lion?
Ah, my good sir.
Don't play coy with me! That was no secret elixir you sold me. An elderly nobleman bought the entire batch, and all he got for his troubles was a whole day atop his chamber pot!
Nice.
Ah, perhaps the tonic's invigorating effects were too potent for a man of such venerable age. While Lionel is sure his digestive system has been duly cleansed, methinks a smaller dosage should suffice next time.
Digestive system? Dosage? You said that medicine granted eternal life!
Lionel recalls saying nothing of the sort. We did converse about
Alright.
rumors of such
Yo,
an elixir
snake oil
existing
salesman
prior to the
Lionel.
transaction, but that was all. If you harbor any doubts, pray consult the bill of sale. Rest assured that any misunderstanding stems from your own negligence.
For all the good it'll do me now, I might as well wipe my ass with it.
My friend, the merchant's seal is his word. Consider this a lesson to read the fine print more carefully in the future.
You two-faced charlatan!
Consortium saltmonger.
You'll pay for this!
Two-faced? Has your own coin purse not grown mysteriously fat, despite the heavy taxes on salt? I dare say more so than market prices would conceivably allow. One wonders, what is the punishment in
Oh,
high
you
sex
see a bit of
for
Anna on
those
the
who do
roof over
business
there, actually.
outside the purview of the state?
You can't threaten me! I'll gut you like a fish!
Oh!
Seems you needed protection after all.
Shut up! Lionel had the matter well under control. Did you kill him?
He's just unconscious. Killing him would only attract unwanted attention.
Nevertheless, he gave Lionel quite a fright. That knock on his head couldn't have been good for the fool's health.
The only fool here is you. Using the name of House Wolfort to swindle others? How long did you think this charade would last? I'll give you one chance to stop, or else you'll end up next to him in the dirt.
Lionel will have you know he has friends in high places. Yes, very high places. So high, in fact, that yes, Lionel now sees the error of his ways. His thinking so far has been positively unambitious. It is Lionel who holds the purse strings of House Wolfort. And it is he
okay.
who must
I've been
see
thinking
to it
too
that
small.
said
We have
purse is
to expand
overflowing with
the grips.
riches. He has been a fool, Only a fool would squander his talents with such petty deceits. But Lionel does not lose heart easily. No, he shall redouble his efforts. For such is his burden, the burden of a loyal servant tasked with guiding his house to boundless fortune. Ha ha! Let us begin our new work post-haste.
Theme of
that took a turn for the
theme of
unexpected.
crypto.
What am I supposed to do with him? Knock him senseless and drag him back to the castle? It may come to that.
All right, one more. Huh. Oh, Roland and Maxwell have a little chat too. Or no, it's
I see you have not neglected your training, Hewitt.
oh no, it's Hewitt and Maxwell. Never mind.
You are winded. Good. I often worry that my skill is lacking. I wonder what Roland would think to see us practicing together. He expects much from me. I only hope not.
He has become a fine warrior in his own right, has he not?
Indeed he has. He would have been a worthy successor to King Regna, if only his birth would have allowed it.
Doubtless the king would have considered Roland too pure of heart to wear the crown.
And is that not a kingly virtue? Or do all rulers require
maybe.
some measure of ruthlessness to keep their people in order?
Actually, probably. I mean, well, I don't know about people in order, but
You are closer to the truth than you know. Prince Franny had evidence that his father was turning a blind
people
eye
who
to
are
the illicit
too,
dealings of his subjects.
What?
House Tellior was peddling watered-down wine and fattening their coffers with the profit. King Regna found out about their scheme, but the timing was unfortunate. It had been an arduous year. The king was loath to risk the loss of taxes, so he let it pass.
I see. And Prince Franny knew of this?
Yes, and he was goaded into coercing his own father by Minister Patriot.
Patriot has been taken care
Perhaps
of.
what Prince Franny feared the most was that the king would pass him over and cede the throne to Roland. So he threatened to inform House Falks of King Regna's indiscretion if the king did not guarantee his succession.
You're threatening your dad.
That's...
Over time, Prince Franny came to realize how he had been manipulated by Minister Patriot. He hated himself for the actions he could not take back, and he envied Roland for his blissful ignorance to it all.
Do you think Franny believed Roland to be a better fit for the throne than himself?
In his heart of hearts, I do. I have no doubt King Regna did too, when the weight of the schemes and intrigue that plagued his nation weighed most heavily on his shoulders. Perhaps Regna hoped that Roland could succeed where he had failed, and navigate through the deception without compromising his ideals.
So that is how it was. I see now why Roland looked up to you like a father.
The rot that spread through Glenbrook was not unique. Wheresoever men fight for power and influence, it spreads. But we need not submit to it. If ever there were a group of people that could set this kingdom to rights, it is here. We can rebuild Glenbrook to be more glorious and true than it has ever been.
I agree, Sir Maxwell.
When the war is over, it will not be strength of arms that will carry us through to the future, but the strength of our words and convictions. My brush with death has allowed me to see this clearly. A path forged by spears and swords will only end in a river of blood. I only pray that peace comes before we are consumed by it. And when it does, may we have the courage to set down our weapons and begin our true fight, to see that we never need pick them up again. Will you stand by my side when the time comes? Shall we build this new world together?
Yes, we shall.
Alright, we'll do the investigation phase and then we'll call it for now. I might do more later today, but yeah, right now I'm kind of got some stuff to do. So. Oh.
My friends, Roland, all of you who have gathered under our banner.
Alright, more speeches. We don't.
However, the battle of our lives is before us. I ask that you remain steadfast by my side.
You don't need to ask. We're here because we believe in the path you've shown us, and we won't quit it now.
In weal and woe, we'll be with you until the end.
I am of the same mind.
Thank you, everyone. Then, before we approach the threshold of our destiny, let us review this.
Our triangle strategy.
Our final aim is to gain control of it. Yet to even approach it, we must breach the goddess's shield, which has never fallen
we got an
in
answer for that.
Norselda's history.
History must give way to new thinking and new weapons. And today, my death knell shall usher us into a new age.
With the shield destroyed, the route to the capital should be cleared.
There is but one obstacle. It will take time to position the cannon and ready it to fire.
Are they gonna
The
charge?
enemy must be distracted to allow you to work free of harassment. And I believe I know upon whose shoulders that role lies.
Indeed. House Wolfort shall draw out Hyzant's main forces. We'll attack the shield's western side, hopefully enticing a good measure of Hyzant's soldiers in the process. While they're occupied, Lord Svarog and the Asfrosti soldiers will begin readying the cannon from the south. When they are done, the blast shall echo across the wasteland.
Is it just like a
Shield
horde
shall
mode?
fall.
You just survive?
When we have won our victory in the west, we'll join with Svarog and bring our full strength to bear upon the capital.
The consortium shall
Wait,
keep
what?
your
Why
rear
are we even
protected.
fighting
That
on the
I
west
promise.
side? Like, if we can't get past the wall,
The plan is set.
It's just a distraction.
Lord Serenoa, my people wish to offer what support we can. Where would you have us?
Thank you, Jerome. Those of you who can fight, harry Hyzant's forces in the northern
Yeah,
and
don't
eastern
hunk
parts
bunker
of the
down.
capital.
You just have to like skirmish.
The city is still reeling from the Rosellan uprising. With luck, this shall be over quickly and with few losses to mourn.
Indeed. Let's
They're
bring an
not
end
like
to this as quickly as
an
we
actual
can.
army.
The people have seen enough suffering.
And let us make ready. Each.
My lord, soldiers are all. It would do well to speak.
Of course.
Oh, hey, Clarus is still with us. Nice. I mean, I was worried he was going to be bedridden for a while. The nail is strong, but takes time to fire. Oh, it's like Libra's cannon, Gundam wing. There's always a giant cannon weapon in Gundam. Sparkles? I don't think so. Alright, where's this gonna go? Alright.
The Wolfort soldiers march
Oh,
toward
is
the
this just
west
the
of
end
the
of the
goddess's
chapter?
shield, ready to risk. Their display is enough to spur
Oh, we're fighting
Exham to
Exar.
action, as he senses an opportunity to erase the sting of his recent defeat.
Alright, we're gonna
The
fight
two
X.
armies face each other, tension thick in the air. While
Oh, he's gotta give his own speech too.
My countrymen, the rebel Wolfords have spat in the face of our generosity and defied the goddess and her person. Now, scouts report that they have returned. They have been sighted in the west. However, before them stands the goddess's shield.
You should have taken the safe strategy and just like sit behind the wall.
In the harsh sun. But that is more generous than they deserve.
Although I don't know what like Hyzan's food situation is. They're in the desert, so I can't imagine they produce too much food. Most of theirs is probably traded for.
Were behind that? Their sins are too great. They must be.
Yes, in her name we must smite them, as is the fate of all heretics. If they will not bow their heads in obedience, then we shall leave them piled in the dust. They may have destroyed the statue of the goddess, but her blessing is eternal. Her smile is at our backs. Let us crush these infidels in her name. May the will of the goddess be our sword, and may her in the name of the goddess!
In the name of the goddess!
I still have my talent for rousing rabble. It is time to wash away the disgrace.
Oh, okay. He's just like his pride was hurt from losing a battle. Oh, here we go. Wow. But interesting that the recommended level is even lower than the other one. But, sorry guys, we are gonna call it here for now. Maybe later today, but if not, definitely